Right, I've just got in the car. I'm just going to close the soft close door now, ever so gently, and it just whirs in. If I put my keys in the ignition, the seat bolsters will now come in and give me a hug, or at least it will when I press the start button. And they're in, and the steering wheel has now positioned itself correctly, so I'm now going to press the button to get going. On with the seat belts. And on with the glasses. Okay, here we go. Central locking has come on. And up we go. As I hope we can see from this low resolution video, this road surface is very rough and pockmarked. I can feel it and I can hear it. The car is gliding over the top. But it's not gliding over the top of it in a skittery fashion. The wheels do feel very well planted to the ground. I've just turned in here and the car has not rolled at all, although of course we are doing quite a low speed at the moment. Right, we're going out. Again, no roll, no squats. Car stays nice and level. We've got up to 40, we're not going to exceed that by much because we're about to turn. And we're turning in now, and again I'm moving sideways in my seat, but the car has barely rolled at all. I'm now on the accelerator, and there's no squat. Accelerates. And again I can feel all the bumps and undulations and slight camber changes in this road, but the car seems to float in a straight line over the top of them, but you can still feel the wheels moving, you can still feel what's happening on the road. We're going in here. Now we are leaning a little bit to the left, but it's more me moving over against the bolsters. And we're going to give it some beans and go tight through this pock-marked uphill bend. And as you can see, no big lean, no drama, no pitch, no roll. The car goes in a very planted and stable way. Now we're coming up to an S-bend now, which I guess you could take at about 50 miles an hour in good conditions. It's 9 degrees and dry at the moment, the road's a bit dusty. We're going to go through probably at about 55. Now watch. See, the car does not pitch. I can feel the resistance building up, and again, coming out of here, I can feel the resistance building up on the near side front end, and then as I straighten the wheel, I just almost sense, because there's no feedback through the steering wheel, I sense that corner has relaxed, and we're now back to our nice, soft, compliant ride. A lot of dust around today, and that's going to make the road surface a little bit unpredictable in places. And mud. When you're driving along fairly straight and steady like this, you're not aware of anything going on underneath. It's just that when you start leaning on the sidewalls, the car doesn't behave as you would expect it to. It feels like it's got, 1-inch long springs, rock hard dampers, and chewing gum tyres, but in fact it hasn't. The dynamic drive and I expect the electronic damper control is just modulating to give the appropriate stiffness, torsion, feedback to stop the car rolling about and to stop losses of traction or weight transference as the car rolls. Again, there's some adverse camber bends coming up down here. I will go through them at about 35 miles an hour if the road will let me. Yeah, it will. A bit of mud. And again, no big lurch and lean, no big drama. The only thing that's really lurching and leaning around is me. Hello, what's going on here? No, looks like an accident. Oh my god, that is an accident. And we're off. Pretty brisk acceleration this time. Again, no squats. Whoops, I'm doing 70, not 40. Come down a bit. We'll put the cruise control on. If I had to slam on the brakes, and I try and avoid doing that whenever possible, the nose does not dive. In fact, in many respects, this car is like a big old Citroen, except that it actually drives like a sports car when you ask it to. I'm going to come into this roundabout fairly briskly because there's nothing coming onto it. Look at this. No drama. No pitching, no lurching, all four wheels planted properly on the ground, good traction, good stability. Again, this is quite a sharp turn. Yes, there's a little bit of roll to the left, not much, but it's me that's doing most of the rolling. And I'm coming in here and I'm picking up speed and there's no lurch at all. Particular road is known as the ski slope locally. I don't know if the resolution of this video shows the trajectory of the road across the terrain, but it does look like a giant ski slope, and the police are very fond of tucking themselves in just down here, where they can catch people blasting through quite easily over the speed limit. Takes all the fun out. Well, it doesn't take all the fun out of driving, but I've always believed that you can drive enjoyably without smashing the speed limit on the roads. You can certainly drive this car at 10-15 miles an hour faster than many others, simply because the suspension and the dynamic drive is so well sorted out. If you put the wheel down a pothole or drain cover aperture, you'll hear it more than feel it, but you will feel it. This car is not completely isolated. If it was that isolated, it wouldn't have the bite when you want to start throwing it about. You can also adjust the electronic dampers through the iDrive, but the dynamically adjustable roll bars, dynamic drive, active drive, whatever various people call it, that is not user configurable. He can't go. I was going to let him out, but he can't go. I've got 5 Series behind me, he wants to kiss my back bumper. I wonder what his acceleration is like. Pretty piss poor. Mind you, in fairness, he wasn't expecting me to do that. Coming off now. Again, not really any roll into this bend. A little bit of dip on the right, but not much. See if I can get a reasonably wide and potentially unmolestable parking space. You've got to pick your parking spaces in a car this size. And this one looks pretty wide actually. Let's go in here. Just hope we don't get bashed by any trolleys. Now another feature of this car, and it might be included on the E60, I'm not sure, is that you can have it programmed so that if you just press and hold the start-stop button here, lots of things will happen. So I'm going to press and hold it. Now what's happened is that the engine is switched off, good. The steering wheel has come up and swung away. The car has put itself in park. The automatic locking, the automatic central locking has come off, and my seat bolsters have widened. All I have to do now is get out of the car. Gosh, what an effort. Anyway, I hope that's been of some use. It is a low resolution video, so you won't be able to see how well the car behaves when you're slinging it through bends. But you might get an idea of it from what you've just seen.